I'm Andrew Caldwell. I've been feeding hedgehogs in the garden for some time now, but on the 16th of June we had a night of quite exceptional activity and the cameras managed to catch all the action brilliantly. It's 10:30 and the first hedgehog arrives. He goes into the little feeding hut. He triggers the cameras. We see the infrared light comes on. Inside the hut, let's call him Early Guy. He's a good-looking hedgehog. He's in good condition. He has a good scratch. Hedgehogs always seem to need to have a good scratch. At the bottom of the garden we have a little house for the hedgehogs to sleep. This is Big Boy. He's emerging in the evening. He heads up to the feeding hut to get some food. But what's this? Big Boy considers this his turf. He doesn't want to see anybody else eating his food. He punches Early Guy out of the way and he takes over and he eats the food. Big Boy's been with us eating our food for some time. He weighs over a kilogram. He's big, strong male and he's in good condition. Early Boy has been pushed out. You see him, he sneaks out the back and he heads off. We don't see him again. But Big Boy is still inside. He's still enjoying his food. We've shortened the clips here, but he had a thorough feast inside there. Outside, there's another hedgehog. That's little Limpi. But Big Boy spots him and he's up like a bullet and hits him hard. He sends him rolling. It's quite an attack. And that's not enough. He keeps punching him a bit more. And Big Boy seems to be rather pleased with himself. He gives himself a good scratch, shows his dominance. Little Limpi is a meek little hedgehog. He's very submissive. He's not a fighter. He comes back. He wants to make peace with Big Boy, but Big Boy goes at him again, hits him into the plant pot, and then there we see Big Boy wanders off. He's king of the castle now. Big Boy has a drink of water, but there in the background we can see a bit of movement. That's little Limpi. He sneaks into the hut. Inside we see little Limpi. He's a little guy. He's quite underweight, but he's a nice little guy. He tucks into the food. But these dry, crunchy pellets, you can't eat these things quietly. Big Boy hears him and he comes in and thumps him again. We missed the thumping on the camera, but he's knocked him into the bowl, scattered pellets all over the ground. But it doesn't seem to deter Limpi too much. He carries on eating. Big Boy's had his feast. He's not hungry. He only came in for the bashing, and he wanders off. Limpi recovers himself and climbs out the bowl. We see when he walks, he's got a bad back leg. Something wrong with that leg is why he's underweight. But he checks to see what Big Boy's up to. Seems all clear. But he's not going to waste time. He's got food to eat. We don't know him very well. He's new to us and we're still deciding what the best action to do about that leg. But Big Boy is back again. It's been only several minutes since he left, but he just cannot trust little Limpi to be alone with all that food. He's back to check what's going on and he's off again. Limpi needs to put on some weight. He's thin, so he stays and he continues to eat. But again, after only a few minutes, again Big Boy's back. What is it? Does he have the curiosity of a cat, or is he lacking strength of character? I don't know, but he just can't bring himself to leave Limpi alone. He sniffs around. He's not eating. He's just exerting his dominance. And he's off again. Limpy has eaten well, but these dry pellets, they make the hedgehogs thirsty, so they have to drink water after eating. And so he heads out to get some water. He has a good drink, and then he has a good scratch. But there's still food in there, so he heads back in for more. And as we can now expect, Big Boy is back to check on what's going on. But he doesn't seem to be attacking Limpy anymore. Limpy's not a threat to him. Maybe he's feeling more secure. Big Boy heads out. It's midnight now. He wanders around the garden. He takes his time. But again he's back to check on Limpy. Just to keep up with what's going on. This time he eats a bit. He fancies those pellets that are spilt onto the floor. We see that little Limpy is still there. Limpy takes a very submissive pose. And now they're eating out of the same bowl together. This is most unusual. But Big Boy doesn't stay long. He has a scratch. He's very definitely a male, as we can see. Limpy's had enough now. He limps out into the night. We don't know where Limpy goes after visiting us, but Big Boy heads down to the sleeping house. He fancies a midnight siesta. We have a long interval, nothing really happening in the garden. At just before 2, Big Boy wakes up. He comes out looking quite sleepy, emerges from the house and heads over to the feeding shelter again. He comes in, sniffs around. Has anything been going on while he was away? This is a strange pose that he's got. What's he up to? He's just done a wee. There's a big puddle of wee there. But he climbs into the bowl and he seems hungry now. He eats quite a few pellets. We have trimmed down this video just to shorten it, but he's had a good eat. You can see that bowl is almost empty now. He's cleaned it out. Stiffs this puddle of wee. What's going on? But he steps into it and walks through it all the same. And he heads out. It's raining now outside in the garden. It's almost 4 in the morning, and here's another hedgehog coming in. He's all wet from the rain. We know this guy. This is BP. He's another big, strong, mature male. He's in great condition. He's been coming for some time. He eats well. He should know the drill around here by now, but he's too late to get a bowl full of food. Anyway, he found something to eat while it rains outside. Has a good shake outside like a dog, and he's not going to stand around in the rain. He heads down to the hedgehog house at the bottom of the garden and crawls in there to sleep off the day. It's almost dawn now. The birds are awake. The blackbirds have learned where to find the food. They come into the shelter and they pinch a few pellets. We don't mind. They don't eat very much. But it's dawn is breaking. It's bright outside now. The blackbird's still around. This is the female. She's outside. She has a drink of water. And she's off.